And welcome to another beautiful evening, night in the city of Baltimore. Y'all, this is XTY. I am Tian.
And Ayoka T.
Hi,
Price.
hi, Ayoka. How are
Hey, what's
you,
going on?
sis?
Good. I had to
Why
stop,
was you
yo,
cheesing so hard?
because I was just
You was
thinking
like,
like I want to change my name. So I want to drop the price. So that's it. That's all I was thinking. So I was thinking to myself,
you see
like,
my
okay,
face.
I know, right? I was thinking like, okay, how can I drop the price? Then I
Just
was like,
say
Ayoka
Ayoka.
T. Yeah, I
Just say
know, right?
Ayoka. Just say
I
T
wasn't
or T
prepared.
Ayoka. Or T Ayoka.
T Ayoka, yeah.
Or just Ayoka at this point. Doesn't even matter. Just say Ayoka because that's what everybody really calls you.
Yeah, so I'm
They
down
put
with that. Yeah,
Ayoka.
but I am good, honey. How are
Happy
you?
Monday. Girl, I'm fine. I'm tired, but it is what
Girl,
it
it's
is.
Tuesday. It is not Monday.
That's how you know I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm tired. It's just Tuesday and I'm tired.
Yes, me
But
too.
yes, but anyway, did you have a good holiday?
Yes, I did. I forgot. I was like a holiday. What holiday did we have just now? Yes, Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving,
Let
sis.
me tell you, honey. Which leads into our topic of being an alpha female. I think
What happened?
I may have the traits of one, but just
What
I spent
happened?
time with girl. It was cool though. I spent time with my in-laws, my ex-in-laws, and I had a wonderful time. So I can say with both mother-in-laws, because there's two of them.
Mm-hmm.
Me and my son went. We just had an amazing time. So I enjoyed myself, but it's just so funny, always being on the outskirt of as the single woman. You
Mm-hmm.
understand, and you
Yeah.
see, and not having these certain connections and things. So it kind of make you reflect and think a lot. So the holidays was very triggering for me.
Mm-hmm.
Um, in so many ways, but I worked my way through that. I'm telling you, I worked my way through that.
But I'm
But
proud of you. I don't know
how,
what happened, but I'm proud of you. That just went into a whole nother you went
girl,
into a whole nother situation right there. But I'm proud
yes,
of
and
you
I was
though.
like, I'll talk about it a little bit more, but I know we want to get our topic started because I can tell
Yeah,
you, I
but
can
I'm
break it
proud of
all
you.
down. Like,
Well, we're gonna
honey,
break
this
it
would be
down
a
in a
whole
minute.
therapy session.
Well, we're gonna break it down in a minute. I'm quite sure it got something to do with what we're gonna talk about tonight. So
Hmm.
before we get started, just remember y'all can follow us on Facebook and Instagram at XTY. And make sure y'all follow our YouTube page. You follow it, you like it, watch those videos and everything. You can follow us on YouTube at the XTY Show. Also, don't forget to follow Ayoka, my light worker, everybody's light worker, yours, your mother's, your father's. She's everybody's light work. Make sure y'all follow her. Follow her on Instagram and on YouTube. You gotta drop your plugs too, because I don't know the names like by heart.
Right.
I just know where to find you.
So you can follow me at the Lightworker Society on Instagram, and I am on YouTube as the Oracle Goddess.
Yes, yes,
Yes.
yes. All right, so let's get into this show for today. Today we are talking about alpha females.
Yeah.
Last week we were talking about toxicity at its best, at its like
Hmm.
at its finest. Um, so along with being toxic, a lot of times you find females and men that kind of have their shit together, like really together, and they get into relationships with toxic people who a lot of times want to question their presence and their being because of their personalities and just just like everything else. And a lot of times they are able to avoid that kind of catastrophe
Right.
because they are alpha people. They are alpha men, they are alpha females, and they know when to walk away. They know when to leave stuff alone. They value themselves so much more that they don't get involved in that kind of stuff.
Right.
They normally catch it before it even starts because they love themselves and they value themselves and they know their worth before they get into like a toxic situation. So let's talk about alpha females because I think a lot of men are intimidated by alpha females. They don't want to get in relationships with them. Um, in my opinion, it's usually like the weak men that can't deal
Right.
that can't handle an alpha female. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Hmm.
Because because their personalities are so strong, and they don't need them. Like they don't need them. They don't want anything from them. They can take care of themselves and do for themselves. So
It's
yeah,
so
let's talk
my
about them.
question is, would you consider yourself an alpha female?
Off and on. I got shit I got to work on. Off and off
Hmm.
and on. Just like everybody. Like I have my insecurities. You know what I mean? So it's things that I have to work on too. Um, alpha female. So alpha females are very confident in themselves. Like everything that they do, they have a high level of confidence. Um, they don't they don't worry about
Yeah.
certain things the way that I would.
Okay. They're
Um,
very like self sufficient, more
and
like strong
yeah,
and
yeah,
independent, and yeah.
yeah. Now I'm strong and I'm
Hmm.
independent. I believe that I know that I'm powerful. I know my abilities, but I second guess myself a lot
Right.
when it comes to
Right.
certain things. That's not an alpha female.
Yeah. And that's
An
what I
alpha,
said. I feel like I
yeah,
have some of the traits, but I'm not necessarily like I don't have or date a lot of men. I
right,
can, but I
but you
just
don't,
don't. Right.
right,
Right.
and versus me, I don't date a lot. Let's just bypass that part. The
Exactly.
point is,
Just in
you
case
told me
one
I
of
was,
them look, just in case one of them watching.
and then I'll get a text like, "That's why you ain't been calling because listen, bro, I'm dealing with COVID right now. Like an female probably would not be as fucked up about COVID as I am. You see what I'm
Right.
saying? So
Hmm.
that's why I said I have certain things about me make me an alpha female, and then there are things about me that I have a lot of fears.
Right.
Alpha females don't have any fears. They
Right.
are risk. They are like actual risk takers.
Risk takers. Yep.
I'm not a risk
I
taker.
am.
I'm
I'm
not
a.
right.
I take leaps of faith like it ain't shit. Like you say,
Yeah,
do
and I'm
what?
not going to do
Okay.
that. Right. You know me, I got to have a backup plan, plan B through Z.
Nah,
And
not
we
me. I
haven't
be
even
like,
done
say
that.
less,
Right.
boo, say less.
Right. I'm just going to go ahead and do it. And I'm sitting there looking like, see, if we do this, like somebody's going to die, girl, we'll be fine.
We'll
We'll
come
be
back in
fine.
another lifetime.
Right. And I'm sitting there like, no, that's not how this works. You know what I mean? So, all right. So I gave a brief definition of an alpha female, but I didn't really give a definition. I kind of said like um, certain characteristics of an alpha female. But when I looked it up, excuse me, I found a few things about an alpha female. So, an alpha female is known as the dominant female in an actual group. She dates as many men as she wants. She is very strong. She is very confident. She's a hard worker as well as often busy. She is very powerful. She is very playful and intelligent. She's a problem solver. Blah 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 blah. Um, and the one thing that I found out about them is it says that alpha females are often terribly misunderstood,
Okay.
and it's usually by people that not are beneath them, but people that are not on their level. And I kind of understand that as like if you look at like another female
Hmm.
that may have a problem with like an alpha female, that's usually out of jealousy. They have an issue with certain things about them that they may admire, things about them that they may envy. You know,
Hmm.
you know what I mean? Men jealous
Yeah. Jealous.
because she doesn't need them. She gets a lot of attention. She's basically a leader, and she's
Right.
basically the kind of leader that he really wants to be,
Right.
if that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, it makes sense. And it's incredibly, it's weird because men actually are very jealous of their women, especially if they are doing way better than what they are
Hmm.
doing. I have noticed that. And that don't even have to be with an alpha female. You understand? It's just like they I guess it's a man thing. That's why it'd be so nice if we could have like a man chime in. But it may be just a man thing because men are taught to be the leaders or the ones who's supposed to be the alpha, who's supposed to be in charge. All these different things. But women are literally the ones
We
that are
had a
stepping up
man
to the
chime
plate.
in. We
Mm-hmm.
had a man chime in. Um, Dennis. He said,
Dennis.
"Stop. No man wants a dude." And see, that's a common thing
Right.
that men think that because a female is because she's independent, because she can sort of do for herself, because she doesn't need you, because she's very strong and just
Mm-hmm.
all of that, that you want to be the man. No, I want you to understand that I can take care of
Mm-hmm.
myself. I want you to understand that I don't need you here.
Right.
Now, having you here is a blessing and it really is a compliment and I
Right.
appreciate you and I know that if I need you you are going to be there, but don't think that because because I'm a little bit more independent
Mm-hmm.
than other females that I'm trying to be a man. No,
Right.
I'm just a strong fit. That
Right.
you just
So
proved
I
that point.
think,
Dennis. Thank you.
yeah, and it's like it really is, and that's what I was like. That's why I don't think so much I would fall in that categories. Like I do have some of the traits as far as being leadership quality, um, doing really well in my career, things of that nature. But at the same time, I want a provider, I want a protector, like I want
Yeah,
someone
I
to
want that
lead.
stuff.
Exactly. But a lot of times, even if I want to say like maybe we're being put in these roles to be these alpha women because a lot of the men aren't stepping up to lead.
We're
So you
being
understand? It's like it's a cross in the
yeah,
dynamic.
yeah.
So yeah. Like so, I feel like that may have a lot to do with it. But I really do believe that majority of women want to be able to have someone that can be a provider.
I think
Even
we
at
do.
yeah, it's like
You
you
just
just
don't get it.
exactly.
You just don't get it. It's something different if you could be an alpha female, but be with somebody that
Mm-hmm.
is really good to you, that is
Right.
a provider. You don't have to worry.
Right.
I could go, I could make my money, I could do my thing. If you want me to pay this bill, I'm going to pay this bill. This isn't a
Right.
problem. If something happens and you can't pay these bills, don't worry because I got
Right.
it. The problem
So what
is,
is he saying? He said that an alpha, he's not intimidated by her coins or her big vocabulary.
who knows? This is Dennis.
Oh, okay.
So but I guess he's basically saying that men don't want a woman that's gonna be the man that's trying to be the man
Okay.
that is trying to be the product that is
Wants to
trying
run the
to be the
household,
product.
wants
Right,
to
right.
have
And
call
see,
all the shots.
right,
Got it.
and see, the problem is like as I was saying it before, like we don't want any of that. I mean, at least I don't want any of that. The problem is sometimes we end up in situations where we don't have no choice but
Right.
to be those things.
So my
You
thing is,
know,
and I'm going to play the devil's advocate real quick because it's like, all right, so, but it's okay for men to be alpha males.
because that's what they think that they're supposed to be. I guess like they're
Okay.
men. They're manly men. Like they take care of everything. They have everything. They do everything,
Mm-hmm.
and we just supposed to like follow them. Like it's
Right.
okay, but it kind of goes back into like when you have it kind of goes back into the thing like one thing about they say about alpha females is that she has a lot of admirers, a lot of men that want her, she
Right.
dates a lot of men and just everything else. Men don't like hearing that about females. Now,
I noticed that that's true.
a confident man doesn't mind his woman getting a lot of attention because he knows at the end of the day, like she's gonna
That's
be
my
here.
woman. Right.
Yeah, so I'm not worried about that. But it's usually those insecure ones, those very, very insecure men that have an issue with a woman that gets a lot of attention or a woman that has more than them, a woman that makes more money than them.
Mm-hmm.
It's usually them that have the biggest issues. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what I found.
But when I'm even reading some of the definitions, like or 20 signs of an alpha woman, it doesn't really necessarily sound like a bad thing.
It's
You
good.
get me? Yeah, like it doesn't really sound like a bad
Like you
thing.
got
And
a boss chick, you got a boss bitch
yeah,
beside you.
and one of the main things that stand out is like because people rarely understand you, and that's what we were talking about. Is like people misunderstand you, um, And I think that's what it ends up being. It's like a man may automatically think like, oh, she's trying to be a man because she's an
And they're
alpha
not.
female, and that's not
They're not.
it. It's just a confident woman who takes on a leadership position and who's confident, who's okay with being single. You understand? Like, I don't, it's not necessarily saying I don't need you for anything, but I'm not codependent.
Right. I don't need
So
you
that makes it
here.
bad, right?
And one thing about an alpha female is she has no problems being by herself. She has
Right.
no problems
No
being
problem. And that's what
being
we should
single.
be. We should be okay in
She's not
our
desperate.
singleness.
She's
And
not
a lot
desperate.
of women are not okay with being single or being alone because of the codependency. So that's why I'm like, when I'm looking at it, like, no, this
This is
isn't a
the
woman
thing.
trying to be a man. This is
She's
a woman that's standing in her power and asserting herself and being
yeah,
confident and being self-sufficient and knows how to take care of herself, but also knows when it's time to be submissive if it's needed to be.
yeah,
That's what
and
it seems like when I mean, from what I'm
no,
reading.
I mean, that's what I'm basically getting to. Like, it is a very, very confident female that can stand on her own. She doesn't
Right.
need you. You don't make her happy. You add
To her
to
happiness.
right. You don't complete her.
And that's how it should
You
be. You should be an
actually
addition.
compliment her. Right. You see what I'm saying? Like,
Exactly.
that's what it is. But a lot of times you have men and you have women that just are just on this thing, and they are in this mind state like, I have to be with somebody. I have to be with somebody that has
Someone I can
this.
control.
Right. I have to be with this person. I have to be with that person, and you really don't. You know what I mean?
Yep.
You don't need any of that. And that's what I think an alpha female is. She doesn't need you. She may
Yep.
want you, but she doesn't need you. And if a situation happens and she has to tell you, listen, this situation is done. Like, I'm just going to go ahead and move on. We need to go our separate ways, and we need to just break ties because I don't want to do this with you anymore. It's because she's done and she does not need you anymore. Because at the end of the day,
Yep.
her happiness is more important than being in a relationship
Exactly. And that
with
sounds
you
like a
or like
goddamn
anybody.
good thing.
It does. But what I don't
And I only
understand
say it
is, no, I was gonna say, what I don't understand is, why is it that that's so hard for men
to accept.
to
And
accept?
and I'm only say it because it comes from, like, I feel like it's a good thing because it comes from someone who was codependent for so many years. So to be able to stand up here and take on a leadership position, and you really basically are being a leader of your damn self. You understand? You're standing in your power and in your integrity. What's so wrong with that? And a man should be good with that. I don't know. That's just my opinion. I just feel like, my potential partner should be okay with that. Yes, Cordell. Yo, bro, it's good.
Cordell
No, that's
said,
incorrect.
this is too
It's
much
too
to
much to
type here.
type
An
here.
alpha female is strong, I agree, but standing on their own is false. That's not false. And alpha female is dominant. Like, she could stand on her own. She doesn't need
But
you.
she also knows how to come together and be a loyal
Yeah.
companion. So,
And
I
she's
mean, from
not
when
afraid
you
of being
really look at,
alone.
yeah, and when you really look at the definitions of it, I mean, and this is going through several different websites and researching it, is a woman who does know how to come together, but it has to be that complementary thing. Of course, it's going to be a power struggle if a man is trying to dominate her. You understand? Or trying to control
Yeah.
her. That's not going to happen. It has to be, and I really feel like, yeah, alpha does mean the head of the pack, but I think that may be like the head of the pack in work. You understand? A leader at work, or
Yeah,
the head
she's
of the
a
pack in
leader,
her
but she's a boss.
organization or with her friends. Right. She's a boss. But when it comes to the home aspect of it, I was trying to scroll through so I can see some other characteristics here that tell you about it. But when it comes down to the home, it does say it. It's like she's loyal, she's dependable, she's all of those things.
She's self-reliant, and
Mm-hmm.
she can make her own life choices. She does not need to be in a relationship. Like, she's fine with being by herself. Yes,
Right,
she knows that a man leaves and this is a man's place and blah blah blah
right,
blah yada yada yada. But at the end of the day, she does not have to be in a relationship. She does not need a man. She does
right,
not need you. You are there as a companion. You are there because she wants you there.
Right.
You
She's
aren't
always
there.
learning. She's
Right.
always, even
She
when she
doesn't
makes
need
a
you.
mistake, right. She's not in denial. Like, oh yeah, I fucked up. Excuse my French. You know what I'm saying? I messed up. Now let me figure out how I can fix it so I don't repeat that mistake.
Yeah.
So I do see, yeah, I don't know. I'm about to say, well, look, maybe I may be an alpha female then, and that may be why my ass is single. Okay.
But you know, I don't
Maybe. You
know.
understand? But
Because they can't stand my ass.
because of the simple fact is, like, when I look at it, I do so much stuff. You understand? Like, I'm
Hmm.
always constantly about my business, and if
Hmm.
you cannot meet me on that level, then I don't have time. You
Hmm.
understand? So, and I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. So I think we also need to take in consideration of people's backgrounds as well, and why you become these alpha females or alpha men. You
Yeah.
understand? So, like, even when I thought about the definition, when I think about David Marcus's movie Life of an Alpha Male, when in his movie it was more kind of like based off of the fact that he was a womanizer.
Hmm.
You
Hmm.
understand? So it's like
He was a
I
whole
was trying.
bag, a whole whore.
A
He was a whole whore.
womanizer,
The
exactly.
whole whore.
So, and this is not the qualities that an alpha female is displaying. It's just a strong, independent woman who has confidence, who
And there's
stands in
nothing
their
wrong with
power,
that.
who
There's
truly
nothing
be
wrong with that.
themselves.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I was gonna say, and there's nothing wrong with that. I just think, well, you know what? Just really quick,
Mm-hmm.
I wish we had a guy on here because I just really want to know what men are taught. Like, what are y'all taught growing up? Like, are y'all taught that women are just? I mean, I know that they're taught that women should be submissive, blah 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 blah, yada yada yada. That's probably why I'm single because I'm not submissive at all. That's part of my problem.
It's always
Um,
been taught to have certain gender roles. Boys should play with,
right,
right, play ball, and girls should be in the
right.
kitchen, right.
So I'm just trying to figure out, like, because when you talk to a man about an alpha female, a lot of the times you get this attitude, like, I don't want that because she's gonna act like a man. And if I want to be a man, I don't mess with men. I mess with women. Blah, blah, blah. Is that like what are men taught? Like, do you want a woman that is confident, or do you want a woman with low self esteem? Like, do you want a woman that
Oh, and
is
that takes us back to
dependent,
last week's topic
that
on that
toxic stuff?
toxicity and that
Yeah,
trauma bonding. I think it feels like to me, and I'm just saying, I think you understand. I ain't saying it
because
is
you
because
know that
most
they
people,
get railed up. They're
right,
way up and down. They got to start
exactly,
man bashing.
exactly. It comes off of the fact that they feel like they supposed to have someone who needs them. A lot of times
Yeah.
men get intimidated again because if you don't need them, it's like what is their purpose then? If I don't need you to
Mhm.
pay my bills, if I don't need you to take my trash out, if I don't, like, my ex used to get extremely mad because, like, I would always, even though I probably should have, but I just got this get it done mindset. Like, I just got to get it done. I'm gonna do what I got to do. Like, I would never ask, hey, can you come and help me with the grocery bags?
No,
It could
I'm
be three
not. I'll
bags.
just go do it.
I'm just gonna take it and I'm gonna do it, right? Like, or hey, can you take the trash out? I'm just gonna take it, I'm gonna do it. So I never really was that type that thought about roles. I don't really, I know you should be, but then
Mhm.
I started to learn, like, okay, I gotta let this man lead in some kind of way, or any man, you understand, lead
Mhm.
to some degree in some kind of way. Maybe I gotta play the role as a weakling, even though I'm not. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, can you
Right.
open this bottle for me? Women should do whatever they like, just like men, and guys that say different is the problem.
Exactly. Now that I do agree with. I mean, even down to, I had that problem. I won't ask for help. I won't ask you to do nothing. I'll just go and do it myself.
Mm-hmm.
Even down to the point, like, I was like, my grandfather, when I was probably like a teenager, taught me how to change my tire, do my own oil changes,
Right.
put on brake pads, rotors, and just all that stuff. And I know how to do it. Down to the point where there was a time that my tire was flat, and I was like, I'm not waiting on AAA. Like, this is dumb.
Right.
I'm
I'm
not
gonna
waiting
change
on
it
the
myself.
car. Girl, I got right out of my
Mm-hmm.
car and pulled that jack out and that wheel and did it myself. And when I
Yep.
told my friend at the time, like, I was supposed to go meet my friend, and that was back when, like, we really didn't have like cell phones. Like, everybody was still rocking pages a little bit. And then,
Mm-hmm.
like, could talk to people like after 9 for free. You know what I mean? And so, like, I was late meeting up with him, and he was like, "Well, why you just saying call me?" I was like, "Because I just did it myself." He was like, "But you should have called. I just did it myself." Like, one, it was before 9, so minutes
I was
wasn't
not about to
free.
use my minutes, bro.
Right. Then I would have had to walk over to a payphone, and I would have had to beep you because he had a pager then too. I would have had to beep you, and I would have had you call me. Like, it just would have been a mess. It was dumb. And then you would have used up minutes, my
I
day
would have been
minutes.
sitting here for about an hour waiting for you to get here
Yeah.
when my daddy then taught me how to change these
Right.
damn
When I just
tires.
went and did it myself. And
And
like,
it's
he really, like, he literally, I swear he had an attitude. Like, when I was with him, like, he had an attitude for
mm-hmm.
like most of the time that I was there. And I was like, yo, what are you mad for? Because you should have called. That's what I'm here for. Yo, I know how to change my own tire. I'm not
Right.
sitting here looking dumb, sitting in this hot car looking dumb when I could do
mm-hmm.
it myself. But it's things like that. Like, I've always been like that. Like, even
Mm-hmm.
down to just you. I remember when I was pregnant and you would fuss me out like, why are you bringing bags inside
Mm-hmm.
out? And all you had to do was call me,
Right.
yo, because I just could have got it done
Just used to doing it
faster.
alone.
Yeah, so I
And
think
it
it's
takes me back and it makes
definitely
me think, even when you was talking about your grandfather, and I think about how my dad raised me. They raised me to be very independent. Even though my dad spoiled the crap out of me, like
mm-hmm,
he everything and anything that I needed, I had. But at the same time, he also was teaching me to be trying to teach me to take care of myself, to
mm-hmm.
not to have to depend on a man for anything, right?
Then it irritates me.
Degrees are great. Heck, I don't
I
want to
don't want to
change
change.
brakes. I
I can't,
can
but I have. I got other things to
I
do.
exactly, and I'm
Exactly.
not
I do
gonna
it myself. I'm not gonna
I'm
keep
not the
waiting
one
to
that's gonna
call.
change. I don't know how to change no goddamn brakes, no tires, no nothing. I don't care. But I'm the one that's going to call somebody like AAA or
And be like,
somebody to do
now
it for
I
me. I will
will, because
pay
I don't
you
got
to do
time
it
for
for
that.
me. Exactly. I'm gonna pay you to do it for me. I will not. I mean, that's
Mm,
just the mind. Like, that's what I'm saying. It comes from my upbringing. It comes from, just literally the fact is like, all right, if I needed something done, this is what
mm,
I got to do. You got a phone, you got resources, call and get it done. Like, you don't have to depend on a man to do it. And that's just
mm,
pretty much how we were taught to be independent. And then, especially if you come from a family where there is hardly no men there, the
mm-hmm.
women are
It's
not
them.
married, they're divorced. So you are what? Fending for yourself. You're doing everything you need to do. And then that's when we become these strong, independent women. Why do we pay for AAA? Triple
I'm
A
tr-
if Boo Boo is expected to do it.
Guess what? Boo Boo don't know how to change them. Don't know how to change brakes or nothing. They don't even know how
That's
to
what
change
insurance is
tires.
for. That's why we pay for that extra
Boo Boo don't even know
roadside
how to.
assistance.
Boo Boo, some of these Boo Boos don't know how to change tires. And I can tell you, I changed Boo Boo's tire for him one time. Bingo, because Boo Boo ain't know how to change it. And it was 11 o'clock at night, and I wasn't sitting outside in West Bumfuck waiting on AAA. I was like, yo, just pop the trunk.
Just pop the trunk.
So I said, I was like, pop it. Just pop it. And he was standing there like, well, why don't we just wait? I'm not waiting on him. Yo,
Yo,
it's
I
11
don't got
o'clock at
time to do
night.
that. I'm ready to
And
go
I was like, I had a dick date. I was on my way to a dick date. We were on our way to a hotel. I don't have time for this. Come on. Like, I did it. And it's just up like it was dumb. I will never do that again. Ever, ever, ever. Like, I had people riding by looking
Mhm.
at us like, this don't even look right.
Right.
Like Shorty is down there changing a tire, and you standing up there like he handed me the freaking lug nuts.
Right.
I was like, yo, hold them, and he was standing there looking
Mhm.
like,
Yo, that is so funny. And
what
I'm
I'm supposed
laughing
to
at
do
his
now?
comment, yo. Like, what? Yeah, you should take care of yourself, especially today with these druggy sugar foot dudes. I'm just
Dude,
saying.
yeah, but he absolutely right.
Telling the
So it's
truth.
just, but it's situations like that
Mm-hmm.
that I've experienced that just made me just do stuff myself. Like, even down to if we are out at dinner, or like if like a bill has to be paid
Right.
and you don't have it,
Right.
and you didn't tell me that you didn't have it, or if like a bill is late or something, or
Right.
like just anything happens, if you don't have it,
Right.
I have to cover that.
Yeah.
But if you're not honest with me and you're not telling me and you want to keep this manly pride and I'm not going to say anything, I'm going to take care of it.
Right.
Actually, you not, because we about to not have no life.
Right.
Like
And
we riding around with no fucking car insurance
yep.
because you didn't say anything. You
And
know what I
then you
mean? Like,
end up having to step up and be the leader, the alpha female. And then you just
yeah,
constantly stay in that mindset and you jump into the next relationship. It's like you got to reprogram yourself
yep,
that you can actually let your guard down and submit or be submissive to a certain degree. You understand? Like, I don't
yeah,
know. I mean, my views are very different. I do feel like it should be equal partnership. It should not
hmm,
be somebody is, yeah, I'm gonna step back when it needs to be like, all right, let me step back and let my man take care of this. I mean, like, I'm not gonna always jump out there, but like if I need to, yeah, I'm gonna take on that role and lead if I have to.
yeah.
But it definitely has to be an equal give and take to me. Like I don't think it should be a hierarchy. And that's where I think that comes from society and how we were taught that the man is supposed to be the dominant.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. When
That's what it
usually
is.
what was happening was behind the scenes, it was the women who were running the households,
Bingo.
paying the bills. The men just went out and worked the jobs, like
And
you understand,
yeah,
and brought the money home, but the women were literally the ones running the household and managing the funds and raising the kids and doing all of those things. So it's like now that we're stepping out into the forefront and we're not, you understand, being behind the scenes no more.
right.
Right. So
Because if
mhm.
no, I was just gonna know. I was agreeing with you because if you look at like a lot of them housewives, like a lot of these housewives,
Right.
that they don't, they don't work, they don't bring in any type of like income or anything.
Right.
But when their husbands get paid, a lot of them women sit at that laptop, sit at their dining room table. I don't know if people still write out checks or whatever.
Yeah, some people do
My
that.
well, my mother's 69 and she still be sending in checks. I just think it's crazy. I was like one time I asked her,
What?
I did. I was like, why you don't put it online? Because I don't trust that. It's
Yes.
electronic. Sis, why are you mailing checks with the way that the mail is? Like the mail is dumb right now. Like, why are you still mailing checks in? But she
Mm-hmm.
mails checks. But a lot of older women and like just even women, period, they will get that what you call card and will pay those bills
Yeah.
out of that man's account. That man don't pay the bills.
No.
And I know a plenty of men that will be like, yeah, you know, I just got paid, but my wife tracks that money.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yep.
so it's like she's running it.
Yeah.
All you doing is you working and you doing a
Mm-hmm.
lot of the labor, but she's managing
Let me
that
tell you,
household.
at this point in my life, I want somebody to manage my goddamn life. Look, you want to pay the bills? Here.
Pay all those bills. Just give me a
Take it.
weekly
Here go the
allowance.
checkbook. Here go the bank account numbers. Here go, look, here go the account numbers for you to log in online to pay these things. I don't want to do it. I don't.
Yeah, listen, I don't listen. All
Look,
I
I've been
need you to do,
independent for way too long. Yeah.
just make sure that I have a car to drive because I'm not catching no bus. Make sure that we got food in the house and that oh boy, J Proud, Jesus. Make sure that it's food in the house. Make sure that we got either internet or cable because I have certain shows that I watch. And make sure that my cell phone is good. And that's it.
Right.
I just need you to pay that. Like just pay the big stuff and I'll do the little ones. You know what I mean? Like
Yep.
pay just manage me, manage my life, my finances, just everything. So I don't have to worry about nothing. The only time I have to worry is when stuff is not done. Then when stuff is not done, then I could jump in and act crazy.
Right.
You know what I mean? But at this
Mm-hmm.
point, that's what I want. If you want me to be submissive, I got you. I got you on all
Right.
levels of that. Like
Right.
because I think it comes a time when just as females, you get tired of dealing with people that have you in this
What is
position.
that? Robo chicken.
I hate them. I hate when they get on here and they start heckling. I hate them, yo. They make me sick. But I'm saying, like, at this point, I'm just tired. And I'm tired of being in situations that resemble past situations.
What do you say? Weekly allowance.
Give me, if I'm not working, I need a weekly allowance. Like, wait, how am I supposed to? How do I get my nails done? Like, how do I get my hair cut? How do I buy my clothes?
Right.
Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, give me a weekly allowance or something. Just at this point, I think that we as women are tired of being in situations that remind us of past situations.
Yeah.
You know, and then we're told that we have to let go and you got to do this and you got to be submissive. Yeah, bruh. I did that 6 years ago. I did it 7 years ago. I did it a year ago.
Right.
I did all of that.
Right.
And it put me back, and I ended up in the same situation. So at this point, like, what do you want me to do?
And again, like I was saying, because I was even just looking through here, at number 20, because where are we at on the list? Did we
Girl,
go?
I don't know. T, we done
Yeah.
listen.
I
Just
just
don't.
feel like no matter what, right?
Mm,
What role that someone plays, because we're so caught up in genders. We're in this society like a man is supposed to do this, a woman is supposed to do that. Things are changing. It's not the way it used to be. We're not living in that same era.
mm-hmm,
Women are now more independent, making
mm-hmm,
their own money, and still, coming home and raising the kids, and
mm-hmm,
being a homebody at the same
mm-hmm.
time. So I really just feel like it just needs to come to some type of medium where we stop. He said they are hiring. He gets on my nerves.
Boot them. I wish we could boot them.
When we should just stop worrying about who's the alpha and who, you understand. It's like, can we come away from gender roles? Can we come away from what society is telling us
It's
how
not gonna
our
let you.
relationships should look?
They not gonna. They're.
Yeah.
I wish we could,
Yeah.
but you can't.
Why can't
Like,
you come together and just agree with your person? This is what we're gonna do in our relationship. Fuck what everybody else say.
because these men have
Mm-hmm.
been raised and it's been embedded in their heads that they have to be the head, that they have to be the head, they have to be the leader, they have to be the alpha, they have to be the omega, like they have
Right.
to be the
The
beginning
omega.
and in the end, like you supposed to treat them like they are gods.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I'm saying that in a sense of that is their role. Like they are the head of the household, they are the lion, like
Right.
they are just all of that. You as a female are the caretaker. A prime example: if a man and woman are married or they in a relationship or whatever,
Okay.
and that man go and tell his homeboys that he's a house husband, that he don't work, that his wife works, she bringing all the money, and he stays home and he takes care of them kids, or he takes care of the house, they gonna look at him sideways like, yo, you don't work? No,
Right.
no. My wife said, don't worry about it. Like she got it.
Right.
They're not going to look at that. Like
Right.
other men are going to have a problem with that. Like
Right.
the men in their circle are going to have an issue with that.
Right.
And then because of their pride, no matter how okay him and his wife are about it, or him, his baby mother, or whoever is okay with it, that's going to mess with his pride. Like he's not gonna do that. Like I don't know of not one man that I know of, and I know some pretty decent dudes. You know what I mean? Like I know J Prime and Dennis. They not going to sit home and be no house husbands. They
Yeah.
are not going to do that. You know what I
I
mean?
always get the big pieces.
Bingo. He's absolutely right. He's not. They are not going to stay
Right.
home. And T, we know a lot. We know a lot of dudes.
Yeah.
And just think about the dudes that we know. Which one of them are going to stay home and be house husbands and not do nothing, but take care of home and not worry about bringing money in because their wife got it? Go.
No one.
Bingo. Because that's not what they're taught. We are taught that it's okay if we meet a man. He got a lot of money, like he can pay our bills, he can take care of us, and it's okay because
Right.
we're women. But men, they don't have that. Yeah, like they're not gonna do that. They're
Yeah.
not gonna do that. So it's like,
That's why we need to do away with gender roles. We need to do away with all of that lame shit.
yeah,
Okay. And just basically just focus on our own individuality. We come together with our persons or
that's what
whatever.
I
We
think.
determine what we're going to do within our connection. And we're
Mm-hmm.
not going to base it off of what society is telling us to do or how it should look like. And I think that's what the problem is. We start to get so worried about how other people feel or think or what they're going to say about how we're running our household. It's none of
Mm-hmm.
your business, right? Like if my woman is an alpha female, let her lead. Let her be an alpha female. She doing her thing. I admire my boo. You understand? Like,
Mm-hmm.
but not to be intimidated by that. I think that's kind of crazy. But overall, I don't know. Say we tripping.
Hey, J
No, I'm not
Prime.
taking out no trash.
Oh,
I'm
no, no,
not. I
no.
told
J
you I'm not an
Prime.
alpha female.
J Prime. I'm taking out
I'm not an
the
alpha
trash.
female.
I'm taking
Mm-mm.
out the trash, and I fix stuff in my house and everybody
Yeah,
else's house. So don't get it twisted. I will do that. I
I
don't want
will
to do
do
it.
it.
I hate taking out the trash. I think it's disgusting. I don't want to get it on my nails. I feel like that's instant COVID and it's germs. I don't want to touch it. Do I want to
I'm not
fix
taking out
anything?
trash.
I don't want
I
to
don't.
fix nothing.
I'm not fixing that. I don't even want to pump my gas. I'm going to pay
No,
somebody to do it. Okay.
I hate.
So if I can't get a
See,
man to
who
do it,
you pumping
I'm
to
going to
pay
pay
your gas?
somebody to come and do
Do
it.
you
Yeah.
paying people to pump your
Yes,
gas
I will.
now?
I would. I would. I only pump it because I
You
have to.
know what? And now that I think about it, every time that we go out and I have ridden in a car with you, you will ride on E before you get out the car and pump gas and put us all in jeopardy of being put on the side of the road and not having gas.
I've
So
never
you don't
pumped
got to pump it.
gas for
I
myself
didn't know that.
until yes, recently. Exactly. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So it is. It's so many
Listen,
ways.
I was like, you know what?
That's why I
Sis will
said
ride around
I'm
on
very
E.
submissive when I need to be, but I'd also know how to
Right.
step up and take on that leadership role when I have to. So that's
Pump
why I
my
was
gas.
like, exactly. I
Pump
think it's
mine.
more one of those things. It just has to be an equal give and take. It shouldn't be a role. It shouldn't be set standards. Like, all right, I'm the man, so I need to take out the trash. I gotta make sure everything is fixed. I
Yeah.
gotta do this, and that. If something happened, what do you say? Commercial break.
Girl, Prime Ribs, make sure Wednesdays on Twitch. Girl, he gets on my nerves.
This Wednesday, y'all. Tomorrow,
This Wednesday,
tune
yes,
in.
girl. Yes, girl. What
7
time,
p.m.
Prime?
7
What
p.m.
time?
I think.
At 7 p.m.
I
But
think.
yeah, but I just
Mhm.
honestly think that if the gender roles were, if people just let them go, stuff would be a lot more easy. It would be a lot easier. But they're not. And as I said before, we can let the gender roles. I don't have a problem letting the gender roles go. I have no problem with that. I
Okay.
also don't have a problem with somebody taking care of me. I don't have a problem with none of it. I don't have a problem letting go and doing what I technically should be doing as a female. As I said before, the problem I had these roles, these roles. Do, do you see that role? These roles.
The
Dinner
rose.
rolls. He makes me sick. I just think that I personally would do it if I had a reason to. If I
Right.
could do it without no reason to worry, if I could just do it and trust that it's not going to be, taken advantage of, that stuff is going to get done. I'm not going to have to worry about nothing. I will gladly do it. But until you get in a position, which is very important, to make sure that you get to know a person and you learn the people that you're with. And that's why it's so important. I'm a double back to David Marcus, which I hate, but I'm a double back to it. In relationships, he talks about knowing your type and finding people that you are compatible with and learning a person before you get serious with them. That's why it's important to date and to, get
Be
to know
friends,
people.
get to know people.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And before you get into a situation where y'all are like in a relationship, y'all don't want to have kids together, y'all done got married, and then you sitting there mad because you thinking that I done
Damn it,
found
I
Prince
chose wrong.
Charming. Yeah, I done found Prince Charming and he's
Hmm.
gonna be my king, and you really fucking with the janitor of the castle. You
Right.
get you know what I mean? Like you
Hmm.
messing
And
with the
that's something
person.
Dennis actually did state.
Yeah,
Hmm.
and not that being a janitor is a bad thing, because
No, it's not.
it's not. But what I'm saying is you with somebody that you are thinking is this boss, and they really the person that's working for the other person. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like you just under this whole impression, and it's not. Just learn the person
Just
before you
learn a
start
person.
dealing
I
with
think
them,
that's very good
and
advice.
don't settle and stop
Hmm.
settling. Like we keep settling. Like there's no reason why any female should be dealing with a man that is not giving them what they need and what they want.
Right.
Like that's just foolish.
And that's one thing that
It's
I've
a waste
learned.
of
It's a
time
waste
and a
of
waste of
time.
life.
I learned that through therapy, and that's one of the questions. And I think I spoke about that last week. That my homegirl asked me was like, "What is it that you need?" Did you
Mhm.
discover that? Because we so
Yeah,
busy always trying to appease the next person on what they need and never really getting our own needs satisfied. And once we can establish those needs for ourselves, then we
hmm,
know what we want out of a man or out of a woman.
bingo,
Exactly. You found King
bingo,
Dingo, Lynn,
bingo.
but that is all he had.
But that's all he
You
has.
digmatized. Exactly.
Right, and that's all he has. But he can't pay no bills.
He can't pay no
He
bills.
can't get nothing in his name. You know, his credit score is like a 300, probably less
Damn.
than that, and that's low. I don't even know if you can hit a 300, but you probably can. But he don't
Damn.
have any. I don't know, but you know,
Bro,
he
fucked
doesn't
up.
have. Yeah, he doesn't have any credit. He don't have a car because his license is messed up, and he can't get the money to get it straight. You know, like he want to
Mm-hmm.
stay with you. He wants you to buy everything. You know, I'm having flashbacks and stuff, and it's just no
I was like,
point.
this sounds personal.
You know, I still be having flashbacks and I'm cooking. Nigga
I'm
ate my
looking like,
cookies
wait.
when I was pregnant. Still having flashbacks.
Woo.
Still having flashbacks. But it's just a point. Like, just make better choices. And just remember that you are a strong, independent female and you really don't need anybody.
Yeah.
But if you do, make sure if you are with somebody, make sure that it's somebody that you're with, somebody that compliments you
Yeah.
and not
I
somebody
feel
that you
like,
feel completes you.
yeah.
It's crazy.
I feel like it's like first we need to learn ourselves
Yeah.
and discover exactly what it is that you want. And then you can actually decide, like, okay, if this person is going to compliment me, right? Are they going to add to me or take away from me? You know, is it
Yeah.
going to be equal give and take? You know, things like that. I think when we don't recognize that within ourselves, that's why we keep choosing wrong.
All the
So
time.
all the time. Mm-hmm. It's a
All the
learning,
time.
it's a learning experience and relationships, even down to like why women are single. Why is there so many single people? Why aren't people in relationships? And
I
even when
don't
I
know.
ask my students, like, is marriage a thing any longer? Like, do people, do their generation think or desire to be married? Growing up, we was like, oh, I want to be married. I want to have a house with these amount of kids and blah, blah, blah. Like, is that still a thing now? Was it just in our generation of people once you get to our age level that is not a thing anymore? Like relationships or
No,
commitment or
I think
loyalty or,
if I,
like,
I think at our age we want to like get married like we still do. However, I'm finding that many of us don't want to pay for them expensive ass weddings, and we doing the courthouse or
mm-hmm,
eloping and doing like or we are taking that money
right,
and um putting it on a house or
right,
just whatever. Like we not doing like the big wedding thing. You know
right,
what I mean? Like we
mm-hmm,
more so of are thinking about. Listen, we could we could we could drop 20,000 on this wedding, or we can drop 20,000 on a house,
I'm like,
or
drop
we
this
can go.
20,000 on my house, boo. You said you get ready to pay off my student
Yeah,
loans. Okay,
like,
yeah.
hey,
We can
hold
go
on.
down to the
Yeah, what's up?
courthouse, boo.
We go to
Matter of
the
fact,
house.
we can stand in the living room and jump the broom. How about that?
Let me
And
call
verbally
my
say
little
to each other, like I do,
Let me call up T and let me get Julie. Listen, I need you to stand here. Let me
hmm
get Nick, and he can come
Chicken
down the
nuggets.
steps.
What are you
He
talking
gotta be the
about,
Big
Jay?
Bird. And we can stand there, and we can pull out the grill,
Yes,
and
Jay
that'll
wants
be
chicken
the
nuggets all
reception.
the damn time. That's
Hey,
all he eat, chicken
here you
nuggets.
go, Nicholas,
And be
and we'll
happy.
pull out the grill, and we could put some sausages and hot dogs, we
Chicken
get some
nuggets
pasta
and barbecue
salad.
sauce.
Right. That's what I'm saying. But that's all we gotta do. And we could just get it.
Right.
And I know a bunch of people that are wedding officiants or whatever you call them,
Right.
and they can do it. And some of them are my friends, so I ain't even gotta pay them. Just tell them come and do it, and we done. Just pay off Navient so they won't call me. Hit up Sally Mae, and that's it.
Stop lying.
Easy.
That is terrible.
AJ. Y'all know I will get on that grill in a minute and be like, "Oh, yo, want to do that?" Ask somebody to make some potato salad. We get some hot dogs and hamburgers, some barbecue chicken. It's done. But I'm just saying, like a lot of us at this age are thinking about that money aspect. Like, I'm not gonna put that money.
We're
I
more
mean,
focused on our security. It's like now it's more
yeah.
this long term thing. Like, how are we going to be set up 10 or 15 years from now? Because we're too
If,
damn old to be.
if I'm getting married at this age, guess what I'm thinking about? We not guaranteed another 50 years, bro. So I'm not taking no loan out to pay for this wedding. Look, T, I'm not taking out a $20,000 loan to pay for this wedding, and we still gotta buy a house. Come on, yo, you crazy? Yeah, I'm old. You're crazy. I'm not doing it. He makes me so sick. I wish he would not
I
even.
am young at heart.
We are, but I don't have another 50 years. I have another 50. I don't have another 50, 60 years. So at the end of the day, yo, we gotta figure something out. Not,
right.
But that's what a lot of us are focused on now. So the moral of this show is just focus on you, get you in order, get you together. Good job, Dennis. Good job. I'm very
After
proud of
10 years. Yep.
you. Yeah, like it is, and they're still married, and that's the good part. So it's like, listen, focus on you, focus on your life, doing what you got to do, focus on your happiness. And if somebody comes along doing like once you found yourself and got yourself in order, just make sure that that person actually compliments you and that they are not there because you mentally need them there. There is a difference. That's what it is. So we're going to turn it. Do you have any last words, T?
No, I don't. That was
good
excellent.
reading.
Are we still going to do that today?
Well, we got 10 minutes. Sis. Don't make no 30-minute reading, T. Last week we was drunk and you just went. it just went.
And I'm already sweating just a little bit.
I went to bed like
I
went to bed like I hope she wasn't picking up on my energy and my energy. Is my energy bad today? Especially when I got to fussing about them red flags, girl. We need to talk about them red flags again because I had a red flag call yesterday.
I didn't have it, but I did pay for the marriage certificate.
But that's okay though. There's nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? Like, there's nothing wrong with any of that. The problem is when these men want to be the lead and don't do their part.
Right.
They want you to be the submissive female. And you're not leading right. Like, you're not even paying the bills. Like, I'm paying all the bills. And I got to run up behind you and ask you, did you pay this bill? Because we just got another warning letter. Like,
exactly. And focus some more.
Ain't nobody watching no damn Prime Red Mix show. I'm not watching it. I'm not listening.
Oh man, so look, the energy right now is heavy, you guys. I do this segment right where I just pull some cards on you guys just to pick up on what your energy is, to try to give you some type of intuitive advice to help you to get through whatever situations that you may be going through. So I'm gonna try to make this brief because we are definitely over our time. Okay, so I'm gonna stop there, and don't forget, you guys, flip the roles as you see fit. If this is not your energy, it's someone that is connected to you. It's their energy. Now, somebody is very disconnected from their personal vision. Okay, not really sure about what they want to do, how they want to do it, and it's blocking them in their happiness. All right, so I'm gonna pull my tarot so I can see what this is about. But overall, it's like you got to get very clear about what you want. And remember, I spoke about that. It's like, look, what is it that you want? Discover what it is that you need, and then that's how you're going to be able to manifest that. At the end of the day, it's going to require you to be in a positive mindset. It's going to require you to have some hope, whatever, work on your childhood issues, whatever that is, so that you can go into this new phase of your life. A lot of us are ending cycles, okay? And we're going into a new beginning. I mean, everything is shifting and changing right now. And in order for you to really, have what it is that you want, I'm seeing it's like somebody is totally disconnected here from that vision. Hold on. Let's see, who is it? Probably when it comes to love, because my spirit team always talks about love, baby. Let me tell you.
It's probably me because my life is a mess. It's probably me because my love life is a mess.
So I got a Knight of Swords in the reverse. I'm not going to show y'all because you guys probably don't know what the hell it's about. It's a masculine's energy I'm picking up on. Okay, so somebody has very little direction.
Wait a minute.
Maybe and maybe it's always you.
It is. My love life is a mess. Probably
Yeah,
me.
somebody got a little direction about it. They could be impulsive. They could fear intimacy. And again, y'all, I can pull out a masculine energy, and like Jay said, it could be T and ass, right? She could be operating in her masculine side a
What's
little
that
too
nigga?
heavy.
Ah,
So it's about
I'm
duality.
acting
We
like a
gotta
man.
operate in masculine and feminine. Okay, so that's how it works.
I
Balance
don't
your
know how to do
nurturing side with your logical side, your intuition with your logical side, your feminine with your masculine side. Right? That's
that.
how
It's
it works.
always
If you
yeah.
if you operating too much in that masculine energy, this is when you start to think like a man, right? Or you think like a woman, like he said with those sugarfoot men that we got these days. But
Walking
what I'm
around here,
saying, yeah,
they real sugarfoot.
don't even want to say.
Getting on somebody's damn
And the
nerves, and then
reason why I feel like somebody is blocked is because of challenges that may have taken place in the past. You know how you go through a whole lot in your past and it kind of makes you hopeless. So what I'm picking up on is that someone is really just hopeless when it comes to love or when it comes to their
not
vision,
me.
when it comes to love or a relationship. You know how you get in that energy like, oh, well, just like it's whatever. Like my past situations was jacked up. Like what makes you think that I'm going to be able to manifest this vision
Mhm.
of having a good relationship or having a good partner here that's going to compliment me. Okay. And again, it's like stay optimistic about that. That's how you manifest what you want in a partner. That's how it's like once you're in alignment and you're clear about what you want, then the universe is going to be able to bring it to you. But until then, it's like find the confidence or the willpower or the strength here to come out of that energy because you know you want it deep
Mm.
down inside is like you got this personal goal that you want to pursue when it comes to love or whatever it may be. So go ahead and go after it no matter what happened to you in the past because the worst is behind you. And if you're
Mhm.
elevating and if you're learning and if you're moving forward in your life, then hey, why can't you attract love?
Amen.
Ace of Cups. Why can't you
Hallelujah.
attract your ideal partner?
Hallelujah.
Why can't it be
Mm.
overflowing and abundant and like why can't it be, right? So just admit the truth to yourself and act accordingly for somebody. I don't know who the heck that is. Admit the truth to yourself, face your feelings with grace, and move into a state of acceptance about this. I want to know what this about. Then we're gonna get ready to
T,
close
was
this up.
you
Hold
doing a
up, hold up.
sermon? T,
Who
did you
needs to face
hear me just say hallelujah? Praise him. Oh, that was good. I feel like you just gave a sermon.
who needs to admit the truth to themselves, and then we're gonna go. And then if you want a reading, a personal reading, definitely reach out to me at the oraclegoddessinc.com and we can set that up. Okay, somebody got to make a decision. And you got to make a decision to make this personal transition in your life. It got a lot to do with love. It's a King of Cups in a reverse position. Okay, instead of you using your intuition and your logic about this, somebody's feeling overwhelmed or disappointed with something. But the decision that needs to be made is going to have to be fair and just, is what I'm seeing. Okay. Yep. Because this is about your Nine of Cups, which is your happiness, your wish fulfillment. Somebody is feeling burdened like shit by a situation. Once you
Mm.
admit the truth to yourself or what you really want, and you want to take this personal transition and that this is a part of your goals, and make that decision and release the weight off your shoulder about it. Look, my team said, yo, why are you lying to yourself? But
T, is this a sermon or you
I'm
doing a reading? What is
tripping.
going on?
Whoever this is, truth came out. That's classy.
Is it one of our listeners?
Get
Like I
clear.
probably
It's
got some stuff.
whoever's tuned in. Whoever tunes into this video even later, it's their energy I will
But
pick
we
up
do
on.
have and we got a couple, and we got some YouTube watchers because I just got a little
Exactly.
chat.
Whoever tunes in, whoever comes into this video later,
Mm-hmm.
this video will resonate with most or not even no
Mm.
goddamn body. But somebody needs to stop giving into something that is not an equal connection.
Dang. Well, I just got a text that said it's me that we're talking about. It's not me. So sis, see, you know what I think? Just you know what I think that we should do,
Mm-hmm.
because so many um people love your readings.
Mm-hmm.
I think that we pop finished them damn sentence. I think that what we should do is for the next show, for the last 10 minutes, we should give somebody a reading. Like
Okay,
maybe get a guest to come on and we give them a reading. That's
that's
the
good.
good. That's the idea. All right, so you carry on, cause
I'm
all right,
done. I ain't even
you
gonna go no
done.
further.
Oh,
Y'all gotta follow me or subscribe to my
yeah,
YouTube
finish
channel,
that
The
reading.
Oracle Goddess. Look, I got goals. Help me reach them. Every time somebody likes or subscribes, I get a shout out.
Why we breaking up? Stream y'all don't want us to be great. Well, guess what? That's the end of the show for the day. Cause Stream y'all don't want us to be great. It's probably Comcast too. But make sure y'all tune in next week, same time, same place, 9 p.m. Look out for the live. Make sure y'all follow T on her YouTube page and on her Instagram. Make sure y'all follow XTY at the XTY show. She done logged out. Oh, you back, sis? You back? You back, sis?
Can you hear me?
Yep.
So, look, Tony from the Housewives just called me talking about I need a live reading, and it kicked
See?
me out. It kicked me out. So I'm sorry, y'all. I'm
That's all right.
here. My
No,
bad. I'm sorry.
but I was just it's a little bit of an echo, but I was telling them like where they can follow you. They can follow you. Drop your page name and your YouTube channel again, T.
Can you hear me good? If not, I'll just go ahead and jump out. Okay, so follow me at the Lightworker Society on Instagram. You can also follow me or subscribe to my YouTube, The Oracle Goddess. I will put it in the detail box below. It actually is there. So I'll run the banner across the ticker. Definitely check me out. Go to my website, book a personal reading. I do all types of stuff, spiritual advising. I do life purpose readings. It ain't got to be just about relationships, y'all. But my whole goal is to help you to evolve. So this is what I'm here for as a light worker. It ain't about to get in your business, but it's to help you to overcome your challenges and to be the most authentic person that you can be. So that's what I do.
All right. And next week, that's okay. Ashley will be back here next week. Next week, same time, same place. Hey, if you want a reading, we're gonna dedicate our last 10 minutes of next week's show to one of our guests. T is going to give you a reading. The reading is going to be about you. So if you want that free reading, just hit up either T or myself.
Or
You can
hit us
also
at XTY
XTY at
Instagram.
gmail.com. Yep. XTY on Instagram or XTY on Facebook. And you could get that reading. All right. So we want to thank y'all. It's been a beautiful show. And we'll see y'all next week. Peace.